like Tyrese Halliburton, he knows how to do his thing. He need to teach Anthony Edwards something a little bit because he ain't got things in control right now. I mean, I'm looking at the score, AJ. It's up. I know you looking at it. You got
I'm
to.
not actually. I stopped after I seen 9-26. I stopped looking, bro. What is it?
The score is 65-32. Halftime. It's halftime. Look, Anthony Edwards, your boy, 3 from 10, 0 for 5 from 3, 9 points. SGA, doing SGA things. 8 for 14, only shot 2 threes. For the free throw merchants, only 3 free throws, got 20 in the first half. Chet Holmgren got 15, and J Doug got 15 too.
What's Randall doing, bro?
Oh, Randall, better than that. 3 from 8 from the field, 8 points. But he got 4 turnovers. So AJ, I mean, clearly, I mean, this question is an understatement now. Is Anthony Edwards struggling versus OKC? He came out and said he didn't struggle in game 4. So is he struggling, AJ?
Joe, I think you said it best, man. I think at this point it's pretty much undeniable, bro. I think at this point it's undeniable, bro. But I do want to say OKC defense is serious, bro. It's serious, bro. It's serious. And it seemed like they double team Julius and they double team Ant at the same damn time. It feel like it, bro. It feel like it, bro. It seemed like when Ant got the ball, he got 2-3 players on him. When Julius got the ball, he got 2-3 players on him. It's like OKC got 7 players on the court and the Wolves got 5. That's what it feel like when I watch these games, bro. The thing about it for Anthony Edwards, I didn't like the post-game press conference when he said, "I'm not struggling. I'm not getting shots and things of that nature. I haven't taken enough shots to say I'm struggling." There's a reason why you're not getting those shots. Now, the reason we can take it to coaching to an extent, but I'm gonna focus on him for the moment.
Okay.
He don't know. He has not figured out the best way to deal with double teams just yet. That's been a theme all year. He complained about it earlier in the year, right? And we thought it kind of went away because he figured it out for a moment. When he plays those high-level defenses that double and sometimes triple team him, it's normally an issue for Anthony Edwards. I give him credit for coming off of the basketball and trusting his teammates. As much as we want him to be Kobe Bryant, there are times where Kobe Bryant shot over double teams and shot the Lakers out of basketball games. I know, as a Laker fan, I know we like to forget those games, but they happen. He used to shoot us out of games the same way he used to shoot us in games. There were moments where we said, "Yo, you got Powell wide open. Shannon Brown Lamar wide open under the basket, and Kobe shooting over 2-3 guys missing." And then there was games where he would hit it and we'd be like, "Oh, Kobe, look at it's Kobe." So like, I give him credit for coming off the basketball, right? But in this series, bro, they have game plan for that man so well, bro. They not switching off them screens. Anytime they bring a screen up, bro, they going under the screen and the second defender chasing them from behind, the other defender in his face. And these ain't average defenders. This is Alex Caruso. This is SGA. This is Jalen Williams.
Lou
Dort. These ain't these high level defenders, bro. These ain't. It's a struggle taking one of these guys one-on-one. Like, one of these guys might slow a star down. We saw just last series, right? Alex Caruso giving Jokic a hard time, bruh. We just saw that, bruh. And Jokic is 7 feet tall. Anytime Jokic put the ball on the ground, ball gone. Jokic get the ball, okay, I'm looking to pass. All of a sudden, Alex Caruso jump off defending Jokic and jump into the pass lane. Pick, going down, or turnover, going down the other way. Like, these guys can defend at a high level. So Anthony Edwards has a lot to work on. He got to figure out where his spots are on the floor and things of that nature, because that's a big issue. I agree with Vaughn in the comments, he got to get his mid-range back to where it was last season. Last season, he was a mid-range assassin, but the three-pointer wasn't as good as it is this season, right? This season, it's all about the three-point line, but he not making the mid-range shots. Half the time, he not even taking the mid-range shots. It's either I'm getting to the lane and dunking or laying the ball up, or I'm shooting three-point shots. And that honestly is playing into OKC's hands, because we gonna double team you out here and make you shoot tough threes. And when you drive in on our bigs, we got three people down there too, somehow, some way. I don't know how they do it, but they do. And so I want to give credit to OKC. Big picture though, a lot of this ain't an Anthony Edwards issue. A lot of this is an issue that I have been pointing out for the longest of time. They need another legitimate ball handler. Who is the other legitimate ball handler that's going to put pressure on the defense? Who is it? It's not Randall. Randall was that guy from time to time throughout the season, but not against this defense. Like I say, anytime Randall put the ball on the floor, it's gone, because he's not the type of ball. He could do it in spurts, but he's not that great of a ball handler. Mike Conley can handle the ball, but he can't put pressure on the defense, bro. And so I said this to start the season, and I was saying it in the playoffs, that got away with it because Anthony Edwards and the team was good enough to beat the Lakers with no bigs, and they was good enough, I believe, to beat the Warriors with Steph, for sure without Steph Curry. They were good enough to beat the Warriors. But now you're in a situation where Anthony Edwards almost has to be on the ball because he is the best ball handler. He's bringing the ball up, and they gonna double team you at half court. They're going to fight you for the ball every chance they get. They're going to tire you out. You're not going to have legs in the fourth quarter, and nobody else is able to take that offensive load off of him and shot create for other people. What should have been done, Joe, is this offseason, you should have made a trade for another point guard. Or, since you drafted Rob Dillingham, you should have given Rob Dillingham opportunities throughout the regular season to get him ready for a moment like this. Because I don't care that some guys, he's a rookie, he's only 19, he's small, so what? Let me tell y'all something. This OKC team is a team that if you're going to beat them, you got to empty the clip. Any weapon you got to try it, bruh. Try it, bruh. That's why TSJ is out there. Terrence Shannon Jr., they put him out there. You see how well he's playing? That spark off the bench, a rookie, young, athletic, can do it on both sides. Dillingham might be a liability defensively. Is Mike Conley not at this point? Are they not exploiting Mike Conley? Anytime somebody got to match up with Mike Conley, it's, come here, let's hide his dance. Come on, bro. And Mike Conley not going to give you the punch offensively that Rob Dillingham is going to give you, because he's going to have off games, but he's going to shoot the ball well some games too, and he's going to play make. You can make the argument he's the second best ball handler on the team, not to mention he was a top 10 draft pick that y'all moved up to draft. So to me, this is a Anthony Edwards issue. He has a lot to work on for sure. He has a ton to work on, bro. But at the same time, I'm not saying Mike Conley don't deserve tick, because he does. But the spell for Mike Conley, when you need another playmaker or another point guard or another guy that can come out there and take a little pressure off Ant so he could get to that block, he could get to that elbow, maybe take a few better shots. Maybe instead of getting double teamed at the half court line or 3 feet away from the 10 feet away from the 3-point line, they try to bring a double team at the elbow. And that makes it a little easier for Anthony Edwards to make decisions because you're a lot closer to the rim. Maybe that would help out to an extent. You know what I mean? Even Jalen Clark, bro. Where is Jalen Clark? Jalen Clark was a huge piece for them during the regular season. Scrappy, young. First off, young. And you need young, energetic talent against these guys, bro. Young, scrappy. Would be a great guy to throw at SGA and Jalen Williams. Not to say he'd shut them down, but just another body to throw at those guys that can play and play hard, right? With no expectations, can shoot the ball from the outside, and can score. Why not? Why not, bro? Well, it blows my mind, but Joe, I knew all along, if Coach Finch don't play his young talent or trust his young talent, at some point it's going to come to bite him. But before I give it back to you, circling back to Anthony Edwards, gotta hold you accountable. because you got over 60 combined points from Dante DiVincenzo, from Jaden McDaniels, from Nikhil Alexander Walker. 2 points in the first quarter, or 2 shots, not even points. We ain't talking about points. 2 shots in the first quarter. 13 shots for the game. That's unacceptable, bro. So yeah, you gotta admit that you're struggling, but I'll be a real one and say it ain't all on you. It's not all your fault that you struggling, but you damn sure struggling, bro. It's the truth. You're definitely struggling out here, bro.
Yeah, I was disappointed in his comments. That he said I didn't struggle. I didn't take enough shots to struggle. Why didn't you take enough shots? You know what I mean? Like. So here's my thing. Game 3, AJ. First of all, correct me if I'm wrong, AJ. Every game this series, I don't think I've seen a different way they guarded Anthony Edwards. Have you seen anything different from game
SGA?
4? No, Anthony Edwards.
Well,
How OKC is guarding Anthony Edwards?
Well,
Is there? Go ahead.
Dave, shout out to Dave, and I was hoping he would give me these numbers for SGA too, but he only had it for Anthony Edwards. The double team percentages are staggering.
Okay.
Game 3, his best game of the series, they only double teamed him 11.8% of the time. Right? Game 2, where he was a little bit better than game 1, they double teamed him 21 or 22.7% of the time. Game 4, 46.7% of the time. So game 4, they made a conscious effort to get the ball out of his hands. But I said that way. I knew
where
that
was
was
a double team though? When he drives,
80,
right?
What was that?
When he drives, not as soon. I don't think blitzed him.
Anytime he drives or when he called for picks, bro, they not switching on him.
Oh,
when you watch SGA play, right? Because the Wolves have this thing where SGA. Oh, and Dave just texted me. SGA getting double teamed 9.8% of the time in this series.
Here's the reason, though. I got you. So first, let me break down my thing first. No, I'm gonna get to that. All right. Game 3, back against the wall. You down 0-2. Got blown out twice. What do Ant does? What do Ant do? He comes out aggressive. Mm-hmm. In the first quarter, he was 6 from 8. He had 16 points, and he had 5 rebounds. That just tells me your aggression right there. You had 5 rebounds in the first quarter, and y'all won by 42 because the bench showed up,
right?
And so did you. Game 4 in the first quarter, you take not 2, AJ. He took 1 shot in the first quarter. He was 1 for 1 in the first quarter. 2 points, 1 rebound. That right there told me, like, okay, he's not aggressive. And he played the whole first quarter. And guess what? Your team only lost, 3 or 2? If you would have showed up, you might have won by 40 again.
But there is a difference between 9.8 and 40. What is it? 46.7, bro.
Yeah, he said no. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm talking about in the percentage of double team.
I got you. Mm-hmm. This is what Vaughn is talking about. He has to develop a midi. When SGA gets the ball, they sink into the paint. But SGA knows how to get to his spots without drawing a double team, because if you double off rip, he's not gonna call a pick. SGA already called screens for real. He gets the ball and he goes in isolation mode. He gets to a spot in the mirror. He don't just drive. When Anthony Edwards drive, they're going to double. But before you can bring the double, SGA is getting a shot off with the midi, or he's dishing it out for an open 3. But Anthony Edwards he's playing like a 2-level scorer in these playoffs. That's the difference.
I get what you're getting at, and I think that makes, when you watch the game, that makes a ton of sense. And I agree. To help alleviate that, Anthony Edwards has to work on his mid-range game. But what I also notice, what the Wolves like to do, the Wolves trust their wing defenders a ton. They trust Anthony Edwards. They really trust Jaden McDaniels. They trust Nikhil Alexander Walker. And they trust Rudy, especially, oddly enough, on the perimeter. Last season, he was really good defending on the perimeter when they switched screens. This season, not so much. In the playoffs, which is why we saw it when they matched up against Luka in the playoffs, they switch. They don't trap or double team off screens. They don't even go under, none of that. They switch, and then you got that matchup with Rudy. I vividly remember multiple times in almost every game in this series where SGA did get that screen, and he switched, and he had Rudy at the top of the key, and he said, "Let's have this." Matter of fact, I don't even want to dance. I'm just gonna shoot, and he shot Trays over Rudy. So what I'm getting at is, I feel you, but at every turn it feels like they doubling Ant, bro. Especially just in this most recent game. When you go back and you watch it, cause see, you said this in the chat. You said they playing SGA and Ant the same way. SGA just better at getting to his spots. And at the time, I'm like, yeah, I feel you. And I was, you know what I'm saying? But when you go back and you watch the game, it don't feel like that, bro. It feel like when he bringing the ball up. Now some of this is on the Wolves. Maybe they assigned too many screens. But when he bring that ball up and that screen come, that double coming every time, bro. They going under. It's a guy, whoever's guarding the screener, he's stepping up, and the guy running behind you stepping up, and it's forcing Anthony Edwards to do a jump pass. Almost, when you watch it, almost every time. And that's not the case for SGA. I think some of it is the Wolves are a little bit more afraid of not only did they trust their wing defenders and their lengthy defenders, but at the same time, they kind of scared of Jalen Williams. They're also kind of scared of Chet. They scared of them guys because, you know, them guys can torch you. Guys like Wiggins, guys like Lou Dort, they really can kind of torch you. So they don't double team as much as they probably should and make someone else beat you. It's like, we just going to trust, you know, Jaden McDaniels, or we might trust Ant in this situation because we know y'all great defenders. We just going to give y'all that opportunity. Or maybe even them players, you know, players got egos too. Maybe some of them players like, yo, that's the MVP. I want to check him man to man. Forget, I don't need no help. But from what I see, they do it sometimes. But the only time I really see the double come for SGA is when they play in that zone. When they go into that 2-3 zone and SGA is at the top and makes a quick move. Because I remember one play, he came around the screen and a double came to the middle of the paint. Like you said, if Ant was to drive, that double team would be there. SGA faked like he was going to drive, then he wrapped around, threw a pass to, I believe, Lou Dort on the wing, and he shot, or it might have been Jalen Williams, and he shot a 3. They'll double team then in the fourth quarter when the zone was set up. He'll take a dribble to the right into the zone, let the zone collapse, then kick. We saw that. But just we playing man-to-man, we going to double team in man-to-man. That's not happening that often, bro. It's not happening as often as you think it is, bro.
Now,
but SGA is more equipped to deal with it than Ant, and that's what Ant has to work on.
Now, with the whole Luka thing, the game plan for Luka, you don't double Luka because he becomes more dangerous because he's a terrific passer. So you just have to live with Luka scoring whatever he scores, and you can still get the dub. That's how. I mean, look at Luka's playoff record. He like averaged 30 plus, but he like early in his career he kept losing except for last year. But now, am I saying that SGA got double the exact same amount in Game 4? Maybe I'm not saying that, but the 9% and the 40-something% is exaggerating if you're just looking at the numbers. But when you're looking at how SGA and Anthony Edwards play, there's a reason why the double team is much higher when Ant gets the ball, because Ant is either shooting the 3 or he's driving to the basket. SGA is slow walking and picking his spot. When I watch Anthony Edwards, bro, like literally he'll call the screen, he'll make a move, and they call that a double team because they try to in the screen, they try to like trap, which you're supposed to do. He will split the double team, he'll go to the rack, and then another guy step up and he'll finish. But my issue with Anthony Edwards, he was not aggressive. He was not attacking. When you play the Lakers, they doubled you then. Now, and the numbers might not be the same. Well, I get it. But you got double in that. I remember that game 1 when you didn't really shoot well, but you facilitated and your team got off. And you were putting pressure on the defense. When I watched that game against OKC, and they were going neck and neck, I told you this over the phone. Now, one time, as a guy who picked OKC to win in 5, and I thought and said, I don't think OKC gonna lose this game because you had J-Dub, Chad, and SGA going against DiVincenzo, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, and who else? Who's right there? Jaden McDaniels. I mean, what? This ain't gonna last the whole game. It kind of did for real, but you know what I'm saying? If Ant was going off, then maybe I'm like, oof, it's going to be tough because they can't stop Ant. He's capable of keeping this up. But when they kill Alexander Walker, the one that's cooking and DiVincenzo, I'm like, yo, there's no way. Nah, they're gonna close them boys out, and that's what they did. Shout out to the fan that tried to save the game for the Timberwolves. That was a good catch too, by the way. But
Yeah, no facts.
but yes, Anthony Edwards is struggling because he said I didn't get enough shots. Okay, how about the second half? In the second half, you got 13 shots up. You shot 38% from the field, and you was 1 for 7 from 3. You had 4 assists and 4 turnovers. That's not struggling. And only 2 rebounds. You struggle. You struggle based on the numbers. You struggle based on your aggressiveness. And I get it. A lot of it going to coach, which is crazy because the coach is coaching him to get the ball at your hands. Like when you get doubled, trust your teammates, get the ball at your hands. But then when they ask you about Anthony Edwards, like how can what they asked him something about like how can
he said he got to get himself going. Or something.
I was like that.
Yeah, bro.
I was like that. He got to get himself going. How about you as a coach draw something up to free your man up or something? Like, come on, man. When he said that, AJ, I was like, oh, AJ ain't gonna like this because you've been on this coach all year.
Bro, I've been up and down with Coach Finch quite a bit. When I first moved to Minnesota, I couldn't stand Coach Finch because I felt like he didn't know when to call timeouts and when not to. He let the Memphis Grizzlies come back from 220, I think it was 220
point leads. Yes,
in one basketball game. And I think it was a playoff
game. Yes.
And he ended the game with 2 timeouts in his back pocket.
Yeah, I remember that.
So like he that was a big issue for me, and I always said when he matches up with the elite coaches, he gonna get exposed. But then they made that run last year, and I didn't put the loss to the Mavs on him. I put it more so on Karl-Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards, and them guys melting down towards the end. More so on Cat than anybody, if I'm being honest. But I put it more so on those guys, right? This series, I'm not fully putting it on him. I think it's on him. I think it's on Ant. I think it's on Julius Randle. I can't blame the role players. Obviously, OKC is a great basketball team, but the way I'm looking at it, this series should be 2-2. If one of them guys step up, if Julius or Anthony Edwards step up and make a few shots down the stretch, they win that basketball game. You were sitting there watching saying, man, they got to go up against Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jaden McDaniels, and Dante DiVincenzo, and we got SGA, Chet, and Jalen Williams. Ain't no way we losing this game. I'm sitting back watching like at some point, Ant or Julius, they right there. At some point, if they just make a couple shots, bro, they're going to win this game. It's 2-2. We're looking at a completely different series. But no, neither one of them. I think Ant hit 1-3 over Chet. And the one time I can recall them being in drop coverage off of a screen, he came off the screen and shot that tray over Chet. And they went right back to double teaming him, bro. It's like, I give credit to OKC, bro. OKC deserves immense credit. They have sensational defense, bro. I can't tap dance around. They are special defensively. And then you got SGA, who we about to get to in a second. SGA is obviously a problem, reigning league MVP. And then you getting that number 2 option that I was afraid that you might not get in Jalen Williams. And then you getting Chet fully stepping into his role with confident as can be, playing well as well. They are a great team. But go ahead. I was gonna say, but if one of them dudes step up and they lost by 2 points, bro.
Yeah.
They lost by 2 points, bro. It takes a lot to beat those guys. This is why I picked OKC. It takes a lot. Remember I said in all of these games that Denver won last series, look at what it took. It took Jokic, it took Jamal, and it took this role player and that role player, and then this role player and that role player, and then this role player. So in that game, it's going to take those role players, and at least one of y'all might have to go for 25 to 30. At least one of y'all, bro.
Facts. Hey, look, I want to get shout out because SGA said it's best because, and I know you know this watching. He said we rarely run anything for Chat. He's literally getting his through the flow of the game, and that's so true. The offense is literally they only run plays for SGA. They might throw a lob for Chat. They might run that, get a lob for him, but it's really for SGA and J-Dub, and they create for everybody else. So shout out to Chat, man, because he get his the harder way. Like, it be the end of the shot clock, he get the ball in his hands, and he just ISO Rudy Gobert and just cook him.
That man going off. And credit to they have earned what they 33 right now. Or is it 23? Look like it's 23. They deserve it, bro.
23. Nah.
23.
Nah, bro. Nah.
They
Nah. They up 83 to 57.
oh my goodness. My what's the name ain't refreshed, bro. Goodness gracious.
And look, I'm getting notifications from the chat, and they said random stepping up. I look at the score, I'm like, Dave's 83-57. What the heck?
It's over with now, bro. The man was unplayable for 2 fourth quarters in the series. It's over
Crazy,
with now.
bro. And we thought
when they lost that last, I said, Joe, this is the perfect time to record. The Wolves done. Respect to them, they done. They not winning in OKC. It's not happening right now. At least if they had the confidence of the previous game, they'd have a shot. But they're not winning in OKC. OKC is they're a tank at the crib, bro. They're a tank at the crib, bro.